What has historically made America unique is the durability of its institutions against the passions and prejudices of the moment.
Given recent events, including coronavirus and widespread urban protests, President Trump's suggestion that our institutions are durable is at least contestable. It seems to me that one institution likely to be transformed by these events is the great American city.
You don't need to protest. You won. You won. You accomplished your goal. Put pen to paper, sit down, redesign the police force for the year 2020.
When political leaders like Governor Cuomo leave it to street protesters to redesign a city's police force, you know we are at a tipping point of disorder and disorganization.
Make sure public schools have enough funding so that teachers aren't coming out of pockets to buy pencils for their kids.
Of course, it's not just New York that is suffering from the incompetence of progressive governance. Large urban areas across the country are experiencing social, political, and moral turbulence, and this likely will lead to a steady exodus of their population.
This is a pivotal moment in history. We are going to move in a different direction, and policing will never be the same as it was before.
None of this is new. The tragedy is that the modern left refuses to learn from history. In 1975, New York City was close to announcing bankruptcy due to the huge amount of money it was spending on social services and welfare.
Well, the basic problem is that New York has been spending more than it has been receiving by way of taxation for some years and has been borrowing to cover the shortfall. The problem now is that people will no longer lend to the city to cover to this shortfall because they really don't think they will be repaid.
Throughout the 1970s, the city's public and private leadership designed spending cuts to keep the city solvent. Despite strikes by public workers, New York Mayor Abe Beame tried to balance the books by making cuts ordered by the city's Financial Control Board.
Since September, most of the power in New York's been wielded by a financial board, set up as an attempt to restore confidence in the city's economy.
Despite these efforts, New York in time became the crime capital of the world. And even TV shows were built around the hopelessness of the situation. It wasn't until 1994 that Rudy Giuliani would become mayor and start reversing New York's decline through his broken windows policing strategy.
The car in this crack purchase contained not an addict, but Rudolph Giuliani, showing the hidden TV cameras how easily crack can be bought on the streets of New York.
But today, Democratic urban leaders see no link between broken windows and rising rates of crime. Now, police officers are portrayed as the bad guys.
To the men and women who have chosen to leave through our normal separation process, I want to say thank you for your time, your service, and dedication to this community and our department.
Even before the coronavirus and these protests, the migration away from urban cities underway the past 4 years was well documented by census data. People have become increasingly tired of the constant instability in their daily lives. Liberals blame everything on inequality, but what has become clear the past 3 months is the bigger culprit is the incompetence of progressive governance.